Hello, my name is MooingCat and welcome to my step-by-step walkthrough of Town Type 3 in the St. Patrick's Day event. Now, the footage you're about to see is actually my recordings from last year, but the minigame is exactly the same, so they still work great. That said, I will also cover the brand new boosters and give you my recommendations for when to use them. You start out with one each, but you can get a lot more from rival challenges for a total of 17 quick promotions and time warps and 13 swift gem savings if you follow my recommendations for completing the rival challenges. Speaking of which, check out my dedicated video on how to easily complete the rival challenges. As usual, I also have an event tutorial and strategy guide for this event, both in video and written form, which are also linked in the description. There you can also find my strategy checklist that you can use to get all of these steps into the FOE helper if you play on browser. Simply copy that and enter it into the module. And one final thing before I begin, this content takes quite a long time to make, so if you find it helpful, please leave a like and a comment and share it with your friends and guildmates. It really does help me out. Alright, let's begin the town by unlocking the hats building and buying the required managers. Be careful when you do this so that you don't accidentally use the quick promotions. You don't want to waste these. My recommendations for this town is to get hats to level 1, Shipyard to level 3, and Festival to level 3. If you're planning to spend more than one quick promotions for this town, use 1 or 2 for the last festival and or shipyard level. Now your first goal is to level your hats up to level 25. This will not take long at all, only a minute or so. After that you should level both your festival and shipyard to level 10. When that is completed, you'll have enough shamrocks to unlock the flowers, get that and upgrade the manager to level 2. You will now get the first upgrade task, which you complete by first bringing flowers to level 5. Then inspect the festival and shipyard, upgrading both to level 25. Before going back to upgrading flowers to level 25 as well. After that you should level the festival and shipyard to level 50. And then hats to level 50 to unlock the next upgrade task. Now your first small wait starts. 2 or so minutes later, you can unlock the cake factory and upgrade the manager to level 2. To complete the upgrade task, you should first upgrade cakes to level 5. And then both shipyard and festival to level 100 at the same time. You don't have to be too precise here, I just keep max activated and go back and forth between shipyard and festival. After that you should go back to cakes and level that to level 29. Then hats to level 100 to complete this task and to unlock the next upgrade task. To complete this, you should first level Festival to level 150 and then Shipyard to level 150 as well. Now you need to wait a bit until you have collected enough to unlock the Drinks Factory. When you do, upgrade the manager to level 1 and then the factory to level 10. I made a small mistake here and stopped at 10 for a bit, but caught it soon enough and went back to complete it. After doing that, you should level cakes to level 50 and then flowers to level 100, and then you can start on the shipyard, getting it to level 181. As I've talked about in my other walkthroughs, this is to stockpile shamrocks on the western side of the river for when festival is fully leveled later on. Speaking of which, after getting shipyard to level 189, you should level your festival to level 200. After that, you should get shipyard to level 200 as well. When you do, you will have enough shamrocks stockpiled on the eastern side of the river to unlock fireworks and get the manager to level 2. If you're planning to use any quick promotions in this town, the final level here is the best option. Now you should first level drinks to level 25. And then you should level fireworks. Now at this point, like in the other two towns, you could use a time warp to speed up the final part of the starting phase by 40-50 minutes or so, but it's a bit more complicated than the previous towns, so I will first go through the normal progression and then jump back and explain the time warp variation. So if you don't use a time warp, first level fireworks to level 15. Next you should get festival to level 210, then shipyard to 228, and then festival to level 250. At some point while doing this, you will complete this flowers task to get the next upgrade task. As long as you unlock it when you get festival to 250, it'll be fine. After getting festival to 250, you should finish leveling Shipyard to 250 as well. Then you should get fireworks up to level 28, drinks to level 50, and flowers to level 150. At some point while doing this, you will complete the upgrades task and you will be finished with the starting phase of the town. Your next goal is to level Shipyard to level 288, but first let's go over the time warp alternative. So when you started leveling the fireworks building, you can use a time warp after hitting level 7. This will allow you to instantly level fireworks to 28 and Shipyard plus festival to level 250. You will also have some additional shamrocks which you can use to continue leveling the Shipyard, likely to 257 at first, but over the next 15 or so minutes you can add a few additional levels until you have completed the collect 3 billion flowers task. At most stop at 262 until you have completed the task, but you will likely complete it a few levels before that. Now only when you complete it and get the next upgrade task should you upgrade drinks to level 50 and flowers to 150, and you will have reached the end of the starting phase around 40 minutes before the regular method. You will also have a bit of a jump on the next step, so likely 50-60 minutes saved in total. At this point you will still miss 25 levels for the upgrade task, which you can get over the next few hours by leveling Shipyard to level 287. If you go for this method, it's important to collect this upgrade task right after completing it, so that you can also complete the transport 30 trillion shamrocks task while upgrading the building to level 288, which is where this and the non-time warp methods rejoin. So now we come into the first truly long phase of the town, where your goal is to level your festival and Shipyard to level 300. This will take you a bit under 14 hours to achieve, but luckily hardly any of that is actively playing. You just have to log in every now and then to upgrade. The first thing you need to do, as already mentioned, is to upgrade Shipyard to level 288. Again, the idea is to stockpile shamrocks. Right after starting this, you will complete this transport task if you didn't go for the time warp, so make sure to collect it to start the final upgrade task. After getting Shipyard to level 288, you should level your festival all the way to level 300. Then it's back to Shipyard, getting that to level 300 as well. After that you should level fireworks to level 50. And finally cake to level 100. And hats to level 200. Alright, now all that remains is to collect 8.4 quadrillion shamrocks, which will take around 6 hours and 40 minutes. That is, unless you use the new boosters. Like with Town 2, we do need to wait for a task to complete here as well, this time just under 4 hours for to produce 10 quadrillion fireworks to complete. Completing this also allows you to complete 3 more tasks, so if you don't complete it, you do lose out on 4 total tasks. In other words, you can still go for the instant finish with 1 swift gem savings and 3 time warps, but it is probably better to wait the 4 hours and then use either a swift gem savings or a time warp, or even both, even if it's a little bit inefficient. Now regardless of what you do, if you decide to complete the task, make sure to collect it and the next 3 tasks before finishing. This next upgrade task will take way too long to complete, so once you have the required shamrocks, you can complete the town. As you can see here, I did it in 23 hours, 10 or so minutes above theoretical minimum, excluding boosters. With the boosters, you can go all the way down to around 15.5 hours, or if you wait for the final 4 tasks, to around 19.5 hours. Now, as I mentioned in my previous videos, the first rival quests where you can get all of these boosters probably won't start before the second week of the event, so until then, you can't really use boosters. That said, unless you plan on doing a lot of towns, you can probably afford to wait a week before doing too much in the event, perhaps only play a town or 2 until then, and then play the minigame with the boosters you get. For more on that though, check out my strategy video and written guide, and also make sure to check out my walkthroughs for the other 2 towns, and my video guide on completing the rival challenges. All of that and much more you can find linked in the description. And that's it for my Town 3 walkthrough. I hope this was helpful, and I hope it gave you a better idea of how to play this minigame. Now before I end this video, I would like to thank my Patreons for supporting my content. I would like to thank Homestar, King Kaylee, Rolf the 8, Dan Suminad, Dark Matter, Mylia, 0K, THX, Huka Count von Count, Jude the Genuine, Susan Weiss, Rocco, Spectre No Remorse, Atomic, Flowers the Avenger, Arkler, Whiskmaster, Mar and Stir, Hoss, Tissiot, Henrik Derek Klauberg, Adarel, Mike, Option the Obsessed, Ruth, Karen, Dennis, Flaus Belsarius, Potter, Mystic77, Maxo, Michael, and Early Morning. Thanks a lot for your support, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you in the future. Bye bye.